Welcome everyone, I'm Siddharth Vinayak Patankar, and on Bazaar Buzz today we are still celebrating the entire Auto Expo. Now, besides the cars and bikes that go on display and make their debuts, it's also a time for us to catch up with some special people, senior level management, both global and domestic, and lots of celebrities as well. These are all the people that we met over the past few days. Of late, when you think Kia, you are thinking about some of the most attractive cars in the world, both inside and out. And there is one reason why that big revolution and one big change happened at Kia a few years ago. And that reason is, of course, Peter Schreyer. And I'm privileged and very happy to be able to speak with you today.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's great to see you here in India.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here.
And at the Expo, and at the debut of the Kia brand in India, which we've been waiting for some time. And even last evening when we were at the dinner, it was nice to see you come out straight away and talk about the Stinger. In many ways, the Stinger today represents this big change that I'm talking about, isn't it? It's like a culmination of that cycle in many ways.
Yeah, I mean, the Stinger was really, I mean, all of our projects come from the heart, but the Stinger really was a heart project, and it was done by total enthusiasts, and you know, very passionate people, and you can see it, and you can feel it when you drive the car.
And it's also a completely different proposition in many ways, because even the stores, I mean, you have the standalone stores and some of the high-end retail locations. I saw one in New York recently. It takes the brand to a new level as well, isn't it?
That's what I think, yes. I mean, okay, we are a volume brand, but I think a car like the Stinger shows our potential, and it shows what we are able to do, you know, the power to surprise. But yeah, it really shows that, and I think also it helps me, it helps us in design to explore also more into a premium field, and this reflects also on our, say, the normal cars, and this is how we want to do, or how I want to do every car, to give the customers really a kind of rewarding feeling that they have, even if it's a smaller car, like a near premium kind of atmosphere also in the interior.
Feel pampered and luxurious. What was the let's say, you know, the brief when it came to the SP concept? It's very obvious to us what the product segment it addresses, of course, which is the hot spot here in India. But how did you start that when you on a white piece of paper?
Yeah, we actually did start on a white piece of paper about two years ago, roughly. Yeah, maybe 2 years ago, and so the brief was really a car for India, a SUV for India. So this is always in the back of our minds, and I've been here also last year, only very shortly, but for me it's important to understand the market, the country, the culture, the mentality of people, to see the traffic, to understand what we need and what people are aspiring here.
So we're talking with R.S. Kalsi, Senior Executive Director of Marketing and Sales at Maruti Suzuki. A very important day for the brand. New house, I can call that, new pavilion at the Auto Expo, change from the old one that we were very used to here, and a big new announcement, big new concept, big new direction also for the automaker. Tell us a little bit more about the concept Future S.
Yes, you are right. It's a big day for us at stall number 9. We launched a couple of hours ago our Future Concept S, and I think this is a direction in which the future shape of vehicles is going to move.
Squarely for the KWID, is that your main competition?
Well, we don't benchmark ourselves with any of the competition. We always try to understand what customer expectations are, and it's only our customer-centric approach which keeps us ahead of others.
Now, the big question on everybody's mind is, although this does look like a blend between an SUV and a hatchback, sort of, there's always been that one segment which has traditionally never worked, the cross hatchback. You know, the Celerio X is something that you've just launched a few months ago, and that is something you are experimenting on. The cross hatchback sort of worked for the KWID. They've done great sales figures, going back to the benchmark, of course. Is there going to be a standard version of this car, or is it just going to be this design approach that you're going to head to when this does make it to production?
I think we'll continue with the direction that we have showcased in Future S. There would not be any deviation from that.
The winner at our CNB Expo Awards for the best global debut undoubtedly was the Hyundai i20. It's big news because the i20 is a very popular model the world over, but India gets it first, even with the update. Mr. Koo is joining me now to talk about that and a lot more. Exciting expo and very exciting car behind you, sir, and congrats on the award.
Thank you so much.
It's a very special year with the 20-year campaign also starting off, and it's a big anniversary. We've also seen that you're doing a lot of things that are outside of just selling cars. I mean, you've talked about safety last year in a big way.
Right.
This year you're going to talk about the Swachh Can.
Yeah.
That's a great initiative to keep the roads clean as well.
Yeah. So I think that when we started our vision in 1998, 20 years ago, our slogan and the pledge was always, we are committed to serving customer better. So we never forget this kind of pledge and our commitment to Indian market. So that's why taking this opportunity, we offer 3 years warranty and 3 years RSA for entire product. And especially i20 concern ABS as a standard item for the safety.
When it comes to the i20, it's a very popular segment. You've always done very well with this car now for some time. When you bring the new model out, you've also launched it with prices, which was great. So we already know that it's on sale. Do you expect that it will once again grow the segment?
Of course, even I think the Indian market compact segment and the SUV segment, mid segment is almost 89 to 90%. It's big market. Even compact segment is almost 50% market contribution. So this market is very, very important for Hyundai, which we have the Grand i10 and i20 accent.
The big news that we're all waiting for is the subcompact SUV and the new Santro. There's a lot of talk about it. I know you're not going to tell me specifics, but how soon should we expect the new products?
No, still we are launching new small compact, which we are AH2, the coordinate, and it's a contemporary family concept product. Still we are not finalizing the name of the Santro, but I think it's a very strong impact to Indian market.
That I know it's 20 years of Hyundai in India, but do you realize now that you're the longest running brand ambassador in the world? Certainly in the automotive space.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't rechecked on the data yet, but I'm sure once we do it, and it's quite amazing actually. More than that, just now while we were sitting and chatting with everyone from the team who I've known for years now, Mr. Ha and Mr. Koo and Srivastav Saab, the first thing I suddenly realized is I was nearly 30 years old when Santro came to India, which seems now like quite a young age, you know. But I think my son is 19 or 20, so another 7-8 years he'll be around there. So I start. It's been a long time.
Your upcoming movie, a lot of has already been talked about when you released the first trailer. What part of that has excited you the most? Is it the technology again, because there is a lot we can see obviously with your character itself, or is it down to the basics, the story and the drama?
You know, Siddharth, I've never made claims like, you know, I find it quite amazing that after 30 years of working, I can't make claim to, I love the story. I love the people who are making a film. It's always been, whether it was Aziz Mirza, Kundan Shah, and to my Imtiaz Ali and whoever I work with, Karan, Adi of course, but even the ones who people don't know are my friends. I love the people I'm working with. That's always been the case. I hear actors, अभी ये concept है, अभी ये वाली picture है, अभी तो ये चल रहा है भाई, sports picture कर लो, biopic कर लो. I like the people. So if the people who I'm loving, if they are making a biopic, I'll do a biopic. If they're doing so, my choices are like that, unfortunately. because I'd like to believe.
Interesting choices. I mean, you did an android robot. You played.
Yeah, I've played a Ravan. I've done a fan. I've done an amazing over-the-top comedy like Chennai Express, and you know, it's very interesting. You do a race in the middle. You do a Diya Zindagi. So the people I love, all these people that I mentioned. So to me, to make a claim that this film I'm doing because Kamal ki story hai. So I don't know. I think
that you're playing a dwarf. That's not the.
That's incidental.
Factor.
That's incidental. You know, it's exactly like in a car. At the end of it all, the car should drive you to the place. That's what the story is.